Good morning everybody and welcome to Gigs and Guitars, and today we are on our way to Liverpool. Stay tuned to find out more, and I might need my sunglasses. Oh yeah! The average speed cameras on this bit of road.
Yeah, it's after this next roundabout.
We don't want that happening again.
No, we don't, do we?
Why do they call it Liver Buildings? And why isn't Liverpool called Liverpool? I've often thought that. In fact, James May brought that up years ago. Welcome to Gigs and Guitars. In this edition we are at the ACC Conference Centre on the King's Dock at Liverpool, which is the home this weekend for the UK Bass and Guitar Show. And as you can see, we are in the guitar section and we're going to basically have a good wander around, see what's on offer. We've got exhibitors such as Marshall, we've got Laney, and we've got a whole load of independent people as well, like Sound Effects Music, Cream Tea pickups are here, and so on and so forth. So kick back those shoes and enjoy this edition of Gigs and Guitars.
So we're Bonhams Auctioneers. We're at J11 at the UK Bass and Guitar Show here in Liverpool for the 2nd and 3rd of April. We're showing some of our sale highlights for our upcoming auction on the 20th of April through to the 4th of May. And we're basically showing a few highlights of guitars. So led really by the Gary Moore collection, which is part 3 for us, but it comprises 55 lots of guitars, amps, cabinets, pedals, everything in between. So one of my favourites here is his Gibson SG TV Yellow. 1961. Surprisingly light. It's got just the one pickup, but it's directly from the Gary Moore estate. So we work closely with the team there, and basically it's a privilege to be able to offer these, and it's great to share them with people in Liverpool, and also to for people to bid online. We've previously offered his collections in 2016, 2017. It's got great results, great interest from people, and yeah, we like to see what they do, because we've got other ones of his as well. Behind this one is his Les Paul, which he nicknamed Frankfurt, which he played as well. There's a Cream Flying V as well, which he played, even though he's not really known for playing the Flying V. He seems to have a bit of everything. We've got his, we're offering his Indian sitar, Greek string instrument as well, and some of his gold tops as well, which he's more directly known for. So yeah, another highlight we've got from the Gary Moore collection is his standard 59 reissue Les Paul guitar, nicknamed it Frankfurt, the city he bought it in 2009. And according to his tour manager, Graham Lilly, it was played primarily on his Japanese tour dates in 2010, shortly before he passed away, and on some of the encores of those gigs. So it's great when you have something that has that personal connection with him, not just that he played it, but he has particular names for it. It just adds to the provenance and the history of these special guitars, of which we have several in this sale. Staying with Gary Moore, we've got another highlight of his. It's Les Paul Gold Top 57. Beautiful colour on this. This is the one he played in his Close As You Get tour in 2007 and 2008. And it's very closely linked to him. He's often photographed with it. You go on the Wikipedia page, the first image you see is Gary Moore holding this guitar. So it's kind of directly linked with him. So again, it's exciting to be able to handle these guitars, share them with people at the exhibition today. And with our sale that's on from the 20th of April 2022 through to the 4th of May, it's a great chance to be able to preview our highlights and show people some of the things we'll be offering later this month.
Guys, I've got to be honest, actually having Gary Moore's personal guitars that are used on guitar tours and whatever has got to be an absolute privilege for me. It was absolutely brilliant. Now, I have made some notes. Essentially, the gold top, which you've seen in the video, the estimated sort of value for that guitar at bid when it does come up is between £6,000 and £8,000. Sorry, the 59 reissue, which is called Frankie, after the Frankfurt purchase he made back in the day for the Japanese tour. That is going to possibly make an estimated price of between £7,000 and £9,000. There's a Gibson Flying V, which is a 2007, which we did not have a chance to show you. And also, I like the Gibson SG, which is a 1961 in TV yellow. And that guide price for that is between £5,000 and £6,000. The actual auction takes place between the 20th of April and the 4th of May. So get registered, get bidding, and buy yourself a bit of history. I honestly don't know what Bernie Marsden thinks of me, to be honest. Now, there's two things where I honestly thought, Kev, what are you doing? What are you doing? Bernie Marsden walked in through the main entrance doorway to the exhibition hall, and he made his way over to the Rotor Sound exhibition, which is where I was heading, and we sort of met there, and I said to everybody, does anybody know when Bernie Marsden's on? And he said, I haven't got a clue. He says, I'll just turn up and play. But we all had a good laugh about it. So Bernie Marsden was due to play at 1:15 p.m. on the day. I noticed that on the website to do with the UK Bass and Guitar Show. There wasn't all that much information knocking about actually there to give you a bit of an idea of what was going on, which I thought was a little bit of something that needs to be picked up on for next time round. Anyway, so we went into the main sort of arena. There was a nice stage set up with a single Marshall 20-watt amp and a head on the stage. Now, what is interesting about Bernie Marsden on this day, and it's not on the internet because I have looked, and a single guitar case came on stage and out popped a guitar which I was not expecting. It wasn't a Les Paul, and it certainly wasn't a PRS. It's a Bernie Marsden Signature Series guitar made by Nick Huber in Germany. And I have to say, guys, looks absolutely brilliant. And this is a little bit of a scoop for Gigs and Guitars because I've checked online and nobody's talking about this guitar at the minute. Bernie said there's going to be 25 of these made in a natural finish, whether that's like a burst or a flame top, I really don't know. But equally, I'm a fan of gold tops, I always have been, and there's going to be 25 gold top editions going to be made by Nick Huber as well. And I think that's a really good thing. And Bernie played a great 45-minute set to backing tracks just by himself. And the tonal varieties that came out of that guitar were absolutely brilliant. And I absolutely loved it because I was right at the front and I really got to sort of just admire one of my legends, and that's it really. And he's such a nice bloke, and it's just a beautiful guitar. There's no prices obviously at the minute, but I would imagine low volume production runs, they're going to be costing a few quid, and I would imagine they're going to be a collector's piece. Okay, for two of us to enter the UK Bass and Guitar Show, it just cost over £52 to gain entry to it. The car parking was £16, and I would estimate fuel there and back from Liverpool to Blackpool was probably in the region of about £20. And say roughly with like buying a drink there and bits and pieces, you're probably onto about £100 sort of visit. Now, what I would say is that when we did arrive there, we arrived unknowingly at the drum part of the actual exhibition, which is in a completely different building. So we got our armbands, but what we quickly found, there was a bit of a lack of information as to where we were, what was on, and when it was on. And we had to basically go and find people and say, right, does anybody know where the guitar bit is? Well, we're actually in a completely wrong building. And we were basically invited to go a few blocks down the King's Dock to yet another conference centre, get searched again, and basically go in. Now, one or two things that did pop up on my mind was that big manufacturers were there, like Laney and Marshall. Now, as you know, I'm a big Laney fan, and I'm looking for a small combo or a 20-watt valve head just for use at home, or to take for a little bit of a jam night, a little bit of an open mic night kind of thing. So I'm looking at the Laney 20-watt combo or head, and I naturally expected Laney to have loads of these, but no. Laney had turned up with just bass gear, and I'm thinking, why? It's a guitar and bass show. Surely you should bring some guitar amps with you as well. Anyway, I had a good conversation with the guys at Laney. They're quite apologetic about it. I think there might have been a little bit of a communication problem between the event organisers and possibly the exhibitors turning up in terms of what was what. For me, it was a little bit unclear. There's an equal split between bass guitar stuff and normal regular kind of guitars. I would say that the exhibition centres were massive, which probably made the exhibition inside itself look quite small. I have to say, we spent a good few hours there, and if it wasn't for the Bonhams and the Bernie Marsden bit, I'd have probably been thinking, was this good value for money? Anyway, so we left Liverpool in the car. We had a commitment that night we had to basically get back to Blackpool for, and we were going past the Docklands. We've got the roof down, and have a look what happened.
That was Jesus Christ!
It's in the back seat. It's in the back of your
hellfire!
Your ball.
Jesus Christ! That's a proper bird.
It stinks and all.
Jeez!
It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. We were bombed by the most angriest antisocial seagull you've ever seen in your life. It was all over the bonnet of the car, all over the windscreen. It came through the roof. It was all over the seats, the inside of the roof, because the roof was down. It's all over the boot. It looked like mushy peas everywhere. It was absolutely disgusting, and it stunk. But anyway, we soldiered on and we got home to Blackpool. And to be honest, I have to say, it was a good day out. I think next year you will see a difference in the format of the shows, probably smaller buildings, get everybody into one place possibly, a little bit better information, and let's hope they pull it off for next year, because it could be a good show. Well, thank you for watching Gigs and Guitars. If you've not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing, like, share, and hit me in the bell icon, which is what it's all about. And there is always time in the day for a brew. Mmm. Cracking.